Start digging through your craft supplies, Christmas crew, and dig out your felts, as today we're getting creative and festive with this affordable craft supply. Hi Christmas crew, and welcome back to the Cozy Christmas Cottage. I am so incredibly glad that you are here today. We're going to be crafting up some Christmas joy today, so let's go ahead and dash right into the very first Christmas DIY and project. So right off the bat, I have a free printable for you, linked down in the description box below, that will help with this first project. So go ahead, print that out. Regular computer paper works just fine. As you can see, we have two different styles of Christmas tree silhouettes. We're just simply going to take our scissors and cut both of those out. So these two little Christmas trees are going to become templates for us so that we can now use them on our felt. So take your piece of felt, fold it up from the bottom, and that is going to double up the felt for us. Lay your template on top there below where the seam is at the top, and then put it as close to the edge and the bottom as you can so we can not have a lot of felt waste. Then take a fine Sharpie marker and trace around all the edges. We're going to trace out 3 Christmas trees here, one on each side, and then flip the third one upside down and trace that in between the other 2. Then it's time to go ahead and cut out your Christmas trees. Just be careful so you don't lose out on any of the little details that are along the outline that we traced. And as you can see, once we get 1 tree cut out, we've actually cut out 2. And then once you get all 3 cut out, you will have actually cut out 6 Christmas trees, which is going to be helpful as we do this project. It's going to save you some time. So that was the first style of Christmas tree. And this second Christmas tree, we're going to repeat the process, tracing 3 trees and flipping the third one upside down in between the first 2 and cutting them out. So now we have 6 more Christmas trees, so we can actually make 3 sets of these stand-up trees. So we're going to keep this extra affordable by heading to Dollar Tree and grabbing some of their bamboo skewers and also some of these little birch little log cut pieces. It's in the floral section, and they're going to make the cutest little stumps for our trees. So we're going to grab out a few of those wood pieces, and then we need to drill some holes down in the center. Now, if you don't have a drill, you can take maybe a screwdriver or something. This is kind of a softer wood, so it doesn't take a whole lot to get small little holes in there. Then we're going to cut our barbecue skewers in half. I actually cut mine shorter on one side and longer on the other side, so that way I got more of a varying height on those sticks. And we're going to add some hot glue to the holes in the little stumps and put the barbecue skewers down in them. Now to add our felt trees onto the stumps, we're going to take some hot glue, run it up the center of one side of a Christmas tree, and then simply lay that barbecue skewer down into the glue, making sure the top is not sticking out the top of the felt of the tree. And then on one side of the tree, add some hot glue, and we're going to layer another felt tree on top of that. And we're going to repeat that process for the other side to make sure it is nice and attached to that skewer. So cute, right? So we're going to repeat this process with the other style of Christmas tree. It kind of helps to have different colors of green felt too. So you get all kinds of variations in height, in style, and of color. So when you group these together, you get a really pretty effect. So I've just put mine here with some wood little houses, but these would be cute on a shelf, on a mantle, down the center of a table. So many ways to use them. All right, so we're going to take a little break because I thought it'd be fun to give you a little behind the scenes of the Cozy Christmas Cottage. So since it's August, and the Cozy Christmas Cottage doesn't really turn into the Cozy Christmas Cottage until like October, we use backdrops around here. This is my new one, so you just saw this in the intro, and then I've got several more behind it. So I hope you subscribe so you can come back and see the different looks we're going to be having as we go along through, not necessarily the off season, but I mean, we're not quite there yet. never too early to start Christmas crafting, but this is my Christmas cottage slash she shed. So throughout the year, this is where I craft over on my other YouTube channel, The Daily DIYer. A little behind the scenes of that. And then eventually this all becomes Christmas. So I put a big Christmas tree up in here. We put stockings up. We decorate the mantle and all the shelves. And I have a few extra little things I can't wait to add to the Christmas decor for this year. So again, hopefully you subscribe so you can come back and see all of the developments and changes that are very soon to come. But there's just a little sneak peek. But let's get back to some felt Christmas crafting. So this is a cute little reindeer idea for this next project. We are going to need some candy canes. I'm using faux candy canes, but you might want to use real candy canes for this. But I will link my faux candy canes down in the description box below, along with all the other supplies I'm using today to make it easier for you to find if you want to recreate any of these projects too. So we're going to take some pinking shears, which are super cool fabric scissors that have a zigzag effect to them. So what I've done is I folded that brown felt in half. So we're going to sandwich those candy canes in there, and we're going to take our scissors and cut that first edge off so we get that fun zigzag effect. I laid down the candy cane, so I had a little guide of about how far apart I needed to cut the next line with those pinking shears. So maybe about 2 inches or so. And then we're going to open this up, take our hot glue, run a bead of glue on one side and the other, and then fold this back up. And what we've done here is created a pocket for our candy canes to sit down into. Now it's time to add our reindeer face. So some googly eyes at the top and then a red pom-pom for the nose, just hot glued onto the top. We're going to replace our candy canes down into that pocket to give him some reindeer antlers. This is so quick and easy, super duper affordable, and makes for a really cute gift. You could also use this as a Christmas ornament for your Christmas tree. So cute to give as a little gift to a kiddo, a teacher, Secret Santa gift. And you could totally make tons of these very quickly and very affordably. So I have cheated a little bit here for this next project, as I already had some of these felt gingerbread cutouts already from Michael's and from last year from a different project. I always keep things around for ideas like this, but if you don't already have some, you can always just, like our last project, print out a template and then cut it out with some scissors on a regular piece of felt. You're also going to need some white puffy paint, which is going to become the frosting, the faux frosting for our gingerbread men. We are going to decorate these up, giving him 2 oval eyes and a smile, and then going around all of the edges with that paint. We're also going to give him a little bit more detail, adding some buttons and some frosting on the arms and legs. But this is the fun part where you can really just get creative and give your gingerbread men as much color and accessories as you'd like. Give him a little bit of a personality. You're going to want to let these sit overnight so they can dry all the way, and then you can use them to decorate in so many different ways. They even look like cute little faux cookies for your kitchen. But we're going to take these and we're going to add them to a felt beaded garland. So I found this on Amazon. I'll link it down below for you. And we're just going to hot glue these little gingerbread guys onto this pom-pom in the middle. I wanted it to be even, and there were 5 pom-poms spaced out between the candy canes. So I just stuck him right onto that middle pom-pom and then used some hot glue to also attach his arms onto the string behind it, and repeated that process throughout this garland. How cute is this gingerbread man garland? Of course, it's in front of my backdrop here, but you could put it in front of your kitchen window, hang it from a mantle, where you need a little bit of that Christmas charm in your home. Next, we're going to add some color to our Christmas. Is this not the most beautiful felt? I found this on Amazon. I'll link it down below for you. It's a beautiful combination that comes together to make some really pretty projects, including ornaments and things like that. We're actually going to be making some fun flag flag pennants, I guess is probably the right way to put it. And I'm going to be using this punch board. My mom got me this a few years ago for my birthday. I use it all the time. I love it. Another item I'll link down below for you, but you just pop it open. We have folded our felt in half, and you want the folded edge at the top, and then pull the felt down to the bottom where the point of the triangle is. And then once you've got that placed, you will sandwich the top back down on there. And then it comes with this little blade, kind of like a paper trimmer, but it has a little channel that you set the blade down into and then run it across. So usually I do this for paper. I wanted to see if it would work for felt, and this, since it's double up, it is not going to work great, but it does give us a nice little track and template to follow, so we can come back in with our scissors and cut this triangle out. And you can see here the little line that the blade did create. So we're going to take our scissors, cut that triangle out, and we have that fold off to the side, and then we're going to open this up and lay it flat. You're also going to need a dowel rod for this project. So we're going to take our hot glue, run it down the center there, and then take our dowel rod and put that in the hot glue. You do want some of your dowel rod sticking out at the top though. We're going to add a pom-pom there here shortly, but first we need to hot glue the rest of this pennant together. We're going to add another layer of colors, this dark, beautiful red color. We're going to take a marker and mark about 1/4 inch outside the size of our original pennant, and then come in with our pinking shears again. I love these things. I'll link them down below for you. So great for felt and fabric. And then we're going to continue cutting out that triangle, which gives us a nice decorative edge to it, and then hot glue that to the back of our white pennant. Then we're going to give our little pennant some sayings, so you can get so creative with this. I found these felt sticky letters on Amazon. I'll link them down below for you, but you could use puffy paint and draw it on. You could use HTV and iron on some letters, so different options there, but I love these little cute felty guys. Looking so cute, but we're gonna give this some more character, adding a pom-pom to the top. We're gonna make our own pom-pom. So I have made this template a long time ago out of some scrap wood, but you could use a piece of cardboard. I've used my phone before just to wrap the yarn around it a ton of different times. And then we are going to cut off the tail once it gets pretty thick looking. You want it kind of bulgy. And then we are gonna cut another section of that same yarn off and lay that down on our table, and then very, very carefully pull that string off of our template and use the extra piece of string to tie that up in the middle, trim off any excess, and then run your scissors through the loops and cut them free. So you can see now we have a nice little pom-pom. We're gonna go around with our scissors and give it a little haircut so it has more of a symmetrical look. Add some hot glue to the top of the dowel rod and stick your pom-pom on. Then we're going to give this a really whimsical look using some different scrap pieces of yarn and trim and ribbon, and you could do scraps of fabric kind of ripped apart. We're going to tie that onto the bottom and then hot glue it up to where the felt is, trim it down to size. So fun, right? I had so much fun with this. I made another one, so I thought I would just throw this in there so you could see how this one comes together. Same exact process, so I won't bog you down with more details, but you'll see as we go along, it turns out the same, but has a totally different style. So stinking cute, right? I had so much fun making these. I didn't just make 1 or 2, I actually made 3 of them. So this is an addictive craft project that I hope you'll give a try. So fun, make great gifts. You can tuck them into stockings and things like that, but a fun Christmas project. And all you really need is some felt, some ribbon, and some yarn. Now let me know down in the comments below which one is your favorite. Now, this project is a great way to use up some of your scrap felt. So we're going to take our scissors, we're going to cut out some holly leaves, which is basically just cutting these U-shaped chunks out of your fabric or your felt, creating a point at the top and the bottom, and you get instant little holly leaves. So I did that with 2 different colors, and we're going to use 3 of these holly leaves glued together, and then some red pom-poms, which are actually felt balls that I get off of Amazon. I'll link them down below for you. And they make cute little decorations for the tops of your Christmas gifts. Now you could take this and stick it straight on the top of your Christmas gifts, just like I'm doing here. I just wrapped a box with some craft fabric or craft paper from the Dollar Tree, so very affordable. And you could just do that, or you could even dress it up even more with some ribbon, or I am obsessed with red and white twine. All throughout the year, it is so great for Christmas, but it's also great for Valentine's Day and for 4th of July and birthday parties. So I always have red and white twine on hand. I'll link some down below for you. You just wrap it around your gift, and then you can hot glue your felt holly leaves right on top. So it turned Dollar Tree wrapping paper or craft shipping paper into something that looks so fancy, and it really doesn't take a whole lot of time. And obviously, if you're going to be using some leftover scrap felt, it doesn't cost you much either. Here's another awesome way to use up your scrap felt. We're going to make some gift tags with it. So this is a crocodile. It actually is for more like scrapbooking and brad setting, but it has 2 hole punches, 2 different sized hole punches on it, and it's more of like a heavy duty hole punch. So it'll punch through cardboard, thin wood, and it does a great job of punching through felt. So I just punched a hole into this Christmas tree. It was one I had left over from our first project, these stand-up Christmas trees. So of course I'm not going to throw that away. We're going to use that, and we're going to use it for some gift tags. So I'm using my red and white twine again to make a little string at the top so I can hang it off my gifts, and then using a regular Sharpie marker here to write the to and from, and then just have fun. You know, this is the pennant, so I kind of kept that design using the pinking shears to give it a fun edging on that red tag, and then the pink and white one, I made them to look like tags, just cutting them into rectangles and then cutting the 2 corners off. Same thing, adding the to and from on there and some scrap ribbon to make them decorative. Hang them on your gifts, hang them on your gift bags. Like I said, fabulous way to use up that scrap felt. Here's another cute candy cane craft. You're only going to need a candy cane and some green felt. So we're going to make a cute little holder for it in the shape of a Christmas tree this time. We're going to take the felt and we're going to cut it into a rectangle shape about the same height as your candy cane. Draw half of a Christmas tree after you folded it in half and then cut it out. Or you could use that free printable that I have linked down below for you and cut that out that way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors and cut little slits down the center of the Christmas tree. So we're going to put 2 next to each other at the bottom, 2 next to each other in the middle, and then 2 next to each other towards the top. And that's going to give us little pockets for us to slide and put our candy cane into. We're going to use some felt to decorate up this treat sack, which is going to turn into a little sachet with some potpourri in it. And I got these sacks from the Dollar Tree. They're from Valentine's Day, but they usually have them year round. And in different holidays, you can get them different designs, but we're going to embrace the heart on this and add 2 felt holly leaves into the middle of the heart, and then add 2 red pom-poms to the center of that. And then we're going to add the potpourri and also some cinnamon sticks to the inside of this little bag to make it smell amazing. Both of these items are also from Dollar Tree too. Then left some of the cinnamon sticks sticking out of the top so you get really a good smell coming from that. Tied up the bag and then added a little extra Christmas trim to it to give it a really Christmassy look. And we have created our own little potpourri and sachet for Christmas time. You could put this in your drawers. This would be a cute Christmas ornament, a cute Christmas gift, or obviously it's cute enough to even set on a shelf and give your space that Christmas smell. Speaking of ornaments, let's make a snowman felt ornament. So you're going to need some white felt for this. We're going to fold the felt in half and then draw a heart shape. Take your scissors and cut that out. And obviously that's going to give us 2 hearts. And we're going to stuff this heart to make it a little bit more 3D. Before we stuff it, we need to sew it up. So we're going to take some embroidery floss. I'm using a really light blue color here. Just feed it onto a needle. Start at the bottom of the heart at the point, and then start doing a running sewing stitch all the way around the heart until you get towards the back to the start again. You're going to leave a little hole there because we're going to use that as the spot to stuff our heart with. So you can use stuffing, or what I'm doing is using some tissue paper. You could also use napkins, whatever you have on hand that's kind of fluffy, that's going to take up space, but it's not going to be too rigid. Then go ahead and finish sewing up your heart, tie off the ends, and then we can start turning this into a snowman so it has a cute little face. So you could sew a face on if you wanted to. I'm going to use some markers here, so I'm giving him some little pink cheeks, and then of course some eyeballs, and using some more of that orange felt to give him a carrot nose, adding a little bit more string to the top to make it hangable. And then I wanted to remind you one last time that you can head down to the description box below and I'll have the link to that free printable along with all the supplies I used in today's video. I hope that these projects brought you joy today. If you made it to the end, I want to give you a big Christmas hug and leave me a Santa emoji down in the comments below. You can also let me know which one of these projects was your favorite or one that you loved and hope to try out too. If you could, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you are new, especially if you love Christmas. You're going to want to come back for the weekly free DIYs, tutorials, and projects that I share with you here at the Cozy Christmas Cottage. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one. Have a very happy holiday season.